Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. This is Sassy Love Tarot. In today's reading, I want to do kind of like an open topic. So essentially, this is just to channel through whatever you need to hear right now. So this can be a message for you from a person that you know or you know of in the 3D. This could be something from a passed on loved one, or this could be guidance and or advice for you from the universe or your spiritual teams. Just really, I want to keep this reading very open for all of us so that we can receive the message that we really need to hear right at this moment. So if you want to receive your message, then let's get right into your options. Option number 1 here corresponds to this card along with this piece of aventurine. Option number 2 here corresponds to this number 2 card along with this piece of clear quartz. Option number 3 here corresponds to this number 3 card along with this piece of citrine. And last but not least, option number 4 here corresponds to this number 4 card along with this piece of rose quartz. Now, as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. And this is one of those readings where it is entirely possible for you to be drawn to more than one group, or even all of the groups. If you do feel drawn to multiple groups, feel free to click on the timestamps down below and just check out all the readings that you feel drawn to. It is entirely possible that you might have messages waiting for you across different groups. And again, this is a timeless pick a card, which means whenever you click on this reading, then it is meant to find you at that specific moment of time. Now, with all that being said, let's get right into your readings. Hey loves, if you have chosen this card along with this piece of green aventurine, then this is going to be the reading for you today. Welcome. Now, let's take a quick look at this card that you were drawn to. What do we have here? All right, so we have vision, trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul. Interesting. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep this card right here, making sure it is in frame. It is. All right, so let's put it aside for now, and then we'll figure out what this card is talking about once more information becomes available. I feel like, okay, the first thing that actually jumped out to me was vision board. I don't know if maybe some of you who are drawn to this group have been creating your own vision boards or something similar. Like I wouldn't be surprised if you've been really drawn to that recently. So that might be a confirmation for some of you. But okay, let's just put that aside for now. I want to dive into your reading first with these pre-shuffled oracle cards. So this, essentially this part will just help us find out what messages you need to hear right now. And perhaps we'll also get a glimpse of whom exactly is coming through to convey these messages to you. But again, I'm going to keep this reading very open. So we'll just see what comes. Now, let's get right into it. So the first card we have here is number 32 with right into this reality. Okay. Yeah, like definitely a vision board or perhaps manifestation journal or just journaling in general. I'm getting quite a strong indication there. Very interesting. And also, green is a color that reminds me of abundance. And you were drawn to the green aventurine, and now we've got this card, which is all green. So that is interesting as well. Perhaps some of you have been trying to manifest more abundance into your life. Let's see. And then we have relationships. Okay, I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Beautiful. We love that energy for you. And then we have surrender to spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. All right. And last but not least, we actually got 2 cards from the Angel Answers deck for you, my dear group number 1, even though my intention was to only get 1. And here we have You Are Ready. And then we also have Don't Stop. So I'm going to put them together, making sure you can see everything. I think, yeah, you can. All right. So, okay, brilliant. So let's just jump right into your oracle cards before we get into tarot. I'm getting a really strong sense that for a lot of you, the messages for you today are coming from your spiritual teams, or even the universe, or the collective consciousness, or the awareness, or whatever you want to call it. It's like coming from the source itself, which is, or maybe even for some of you, this could be a message coming from your own subconscious mind. Because for those of you who have been practicing manifesting things into your 3D reality, you might have known that our subconscious mind actually holds all the secrets to manifesting. So this is, I definitely feel like the messages here for you are to kind of tell you more about a desire that you have, or several desires that you have been working on. With this right into this reality, I feel like you might have literally written down your desires, your dreams, your hopes, by journaling, or perhaps you might have done some sort of like self-affirmations. You might have said things out loud. It's like you've expressed your desire or desires in a certain way. And this is the universe kind of coming through to tell you that, hey, we received your desires. We've received your wishes. And with now that we have got all of these cards, going back to the vision card, trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul, I do feel like for a lot of you, whatever you are trying to manifest into your reality is in line with what your soul has envisioned before you came onto this earth. I personally believe that every single one of us has a divine life blueprint. Like our souls, before we chose to incarnate onto this earth, we all had our own divine plans. Like our souls have already decided certain things that they would like to experience in this lifetime, certain things that they would like to learn, and what they need to experience to help accelerate those learnings. And I definitely feel like whatever it is that you are desiring, that you want for yourselves right now, the thing that you want, or the things that you want, they are definitely in line with that vision that was created by your soul, by your higher selves, even before you came onto this earth. And perhaps this right into this reality is also confirming that even before you came onto this earth, the things that you're wanting right now were already written into your soul's plan. And now they're just waiting to be manifested into this 3D reality that we are currently in, which is very, very beautiful. Now, with the number 32 here, This reminds me of the Empress card as well as the High Priestess card within tarot. So they're numbers 3 and number 2. And these two are really powerful feminine archetypes. Now, you do not have to self identify as a woman or identify as feminine to receive or to embrace this message because, again, every single one of us have a divine feminine and divine masculine, like those energies within us. We were all born with feminine energies and masculine energies, and each one of us would have a unique blend or a unique balance of those two types of energies. And I feel like recently, perhaps you've been consciously trying to embrace more of your feminine energies. And when I talk about feminine energies, it just feels like you've been more open to different possibilities. You've been more open to seeing what life brings you because being in our feminine energies is really about getting out of the rat race, stop chasing, and just letting things come to us. It's a very highly attractive sort of energy. Like really being open to receiving the gifts that the universe has in store for us, that kind of energy. And perhaps recently you've been in this type of energy, or you've been thinking about embracing this type of energy even more. And I feel like this is the universe saying that you are indeed on the right path by doing this. And now with the relationships, I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. I feel like for a lot of you, my dear group number ones, you are surrounded, or you are going to be surrounded by people in the 3D who are going to help you in the process of manifesting your dream visions. Essentially, you're going to be having, if you don't already have one, like you're going to be having a more supportive community around you. Like, for example, you might have recently discovered spirituality and you've been doing a lot more spiritual practice, but your old friend circle, like the friends that you hang out with, they're just not spiritual people. And that's, I'm not saying that not being spiritual is wrong or bad. It's just that perhaps this is something new that you found out about and you want to talk to people about it, but perhaps your existing friend circle is not very receptive to the messages that you have that you want to share. And perhaps you're going to be finding a new group of friends without necessarily abandoning your previous friend group. You're just going to be branching out and kind of cultivating yourselves a new circle where you can share your thoughts about spirituality with a group of more like-minded individuals. And I have personally seen that happening a lot with a lot of the people that I have encountered throughout my own spiritual journeys. It's like not everyone's friends and or families are really open to the idea of spirituality, and sometimes you might just need to get to know some new people so that you can really share this part of your life more openly. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you might find a very supportive community as you are branching out. And that is really beautiful. And I am also seeing that spiritual is coming through to confirm to you that you are attracting people who are going to be helpful for you. You're going to be attracting people who will be playing really important roles in your life journeys. And these are the people who will be supporting you to step into your better selves, essentially, as you are growing. Because I do feel like a lot of you, my dear group number ones, you are in a very crucial stage of growth and learning right now. And now with surrender to spirit, again, this is about us manifesting our desires into our 3D realities. And I mean, a lot of the people that I know and also myself have, we've all encountered similar situations where we've been trying to manifest something that we really want into the 3D reality, and we've been waiting, but it's not coming, and we waited some more, it's still not coming, and it's really frustrating. And if that's you, if that's what you've been experiencing, I see that spirit is letting you know that you have already planted the seeds, but you have to wait for the seeds to grow. It's like in the spring, you plant the seeds, but the seeds are not going to be fully grown for you to harvest until the fall season. And it's like things happen instantly in the 5D, but here in the 3D, things take time. And a lot of times, if we are super attached to the things that we want to manifest, it's actually like sending a signal out to the universe saying that, hey, I'm in lack. I don't have the thing that I want. And by doing that, you're essentially creating even more hindrance on your way to getting that thing that you want. So this surrender to spirit here, I feel like this is really your spiritual team, excuse me, or the universe itself coming through to tell you that it is time for you to detach from that thing that you really want. And once you detach, waiting would not feel like suffering. You can enjoy yourselves a lot more whilst you're waiting. And here was Don't Stop and You're Ready. These two cards are definitely meant to come out together, because the first time I shuffled, I got two cards and I shuffled them back in. I was like, hey, Spirit, like I'm really just wanting to take one. And then the next time, these two cards jumped out and they actually flew across the floor. And I was like, okay, that's a very strong message from Spirit saying that, no, you need to take these two cards. So I took both of them. And I love that they are what they are. Don't stop and you're ready. So definitely your spiritual teams are coming through really, really strongly to tell you that you are on the right path. And whatever you're doing right now, do not stop. You are heading towards success. You are heading towards that dream vision, making it come true in the 3D. And you're ready for all the abundance, for all the opportunities, for all the blessings to come in, because you have the capacity to receive now. You have the capacity to embrace all of these great things. And that is a really, really beautiful energy, my dear group number ones. I love this for you. And I love the fact that we're opening with such a positive group. Like, you're the first group that I am filming, and I love how this energy is just coming through really clean and really strongly. Love that. All right, so now let's dive right into tarot and see what do you need to hear right now. I feel like, well, we've been going on, like, I've been essentially like yapping for the last like 15 minutes, but now let's get right into what else, I guess. What else do you need to hear right now? So what does my group number one need to hear right now, please, Spirit? Let's see. My dear group number ones, what do they need to hear right now, please, Spirit? Oh, wow, okay. So the first card we have, it flew out quite forcefully. I feel like there's like definitely an emphasis on the message on this card, but let me just move your cards a little to make sure that we have space. Yeah, okay. So we've got the Lovers. Now, the Lovers card corresponds to Gemini season. If you are watching this reading when it's first uploaded, then Gemini season is right around the corner. So perhaps something important might be happening for you in a Gemini season. Let's see what else. let's get all your cards out and then we're gonna dissect everything. Ooh. Oh wow, okay, you got another major arcana card. We have Strength. Beautiful. And Strength is Leo season. Okay, so perhaps the time frame between Gemini season and Leo season would be important. We have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Love that this card came out for you in the reverse position. And let's get one more here. And then we're gonna get the back of the deck. Let's see. Spirit, what else, please, for my dear? Oops. All right. Do you want to be upright or reverse? Let's see. Okay. So we've got the Seven of Wands in the upright position. And this is, again, another Leo card. Okay. Beautiful. And on the back of the deck, we have the Moon card in reverse. Okay. I need to move. So let me just do this. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, all right, group number 1. What you need to hear right now is for you to essentially just charge forward. I mean, okay, so let's do this by the order of the cards. First off, I do feel like the time frame that we were talking about could be quite significant, like from Gemini season to Leo season. Or if you're watching this at a different time, I would say that perhaps just the next upcoming 3 months would be an important period for you, because from Gemini season to Leo season, that's essentially like June to August. So perhaps just whenever you're watching, the upcoming summer or the upcoming 3 months period would be very important for you. And with the Lovers card here, I see that for a lot of you, you're really balancing your inner masculine and your inner feminine qualities. Because the Lovers card reminds me of the divine union of masculine and feminine. And obviously this can talk about a deep soul connection that exists between you and another person. If that's something that you want, if that's something that you've been trying to manifest, then this is definitely a confirmation. But I feel like for most of you, this is not just about your connection with another person, because each and every one of us, we are whole and complete within ourselves. We all have masculine qualities and feminine qualities within us. And this Lovers card just makes me feel like for a lot of you out there listening to this group, you'll be experiencing a really harmonious period of time where you're really balancing out your inner masculine and your inner feminine qualities, meaning that you will be acting and creating things and embodying that really like go-getting sort of masculine energies, while at the same time be very nurturing and self-compassionate and being in a very receptive state where you're open to receiving the gifts that the universe has in store for you. And that's something that we were talking about earlier with this right into this reality card. I was talking about the divine feminine archetypes that exist within the High Priestess and the Empress. Those are really powerful feminine archetypes. And with this Lovers card coming out here, I do feel like there is that sense of duality existing within you. So for those of you who have been trying to master that duality, who've been trying to balance out your inner masculine and your inner feminine, again, I feel like this is a message coming through from the universe to let you know that this balance, this sense of duality is going to help you go very, very far if you can hold on to it, if you can nurture it, if you can embrace it, which is very beautiful. And I feel like that energy is being echoed by the strengths card as well, because the strength, this is when we thinking about a person taming a lion, because a lion is a very regal, a very powerful animal. Like, if we think about the force that's needed to subdue a lion, then that's obviously something very masculine, that's something very aggressive, something that's extremely powerful. But then here on the strength card, we see this feminine figure who's like caressing the lion, who's embracing the lion, who's using her feminine qualities to tame the lion. So we have like that more feminine, more nurturing, more compassionate energies coming through within the strength card. And the strength card a lot of times can talk about our inner strength. It's like the strength that exists within us. It's not forceful, and yet it is very powerful. And I feel like for a lot of you out there, my dear group number ones, you're definitely going to be embodying this type of energy as you move forward to the next stage of your life journey. And I really love that for you. And another interpretation that I have of these two cards, going back to what I was saying about the connection between you and another person, sometimes I do interpret strength, this card, as a soul connection, as like soul best friends or soulmates. Not necessarily romantic soulmates, just two people who are coming together because their souls resonate with each other. So I would not be surprised if for some of you, your desired relationship with another person is being manifested within the next 3 months. Because definitely with the lovers and the strength card, these two cards are kind of pointing to a connection that you potentially have with another person. I can definitely see that coming together for some of you. And then we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Again, love this card came out in reverse for you. So if you've recently experienced some form of financial loss, or if this doesn't even necessarily have to be financial. I feel like this is just you shedding your old skins, shedding your old limiting beliefs, or your old lack mentality, because the Five of Pentacles, when it's in the upright, it can talk about separation. It can talk about our lack mentalities. It can also talk about our limiting beliefs. And I feel like you're letting go of all that. And here it's like you are gaining a better understanding of how things work. It's like you're getting a better understanding of what belief system is more supportive for you moving forward, and how you can embrace a better life for yourselves, whether that's about your financial abundance, about your relationships, about your spiritual journey, whatever it is. It's like there is definitely a sense of the tide changing, and you are getting into, again, a period of time where you're going to be integrating a lot of the learnings that you've gained along the way. And for those of you who are looking to increase your financial abundance, I do see that happening for you, because the Five of Pentacles in reverse, for me, this is like an opportunity for you to recover, an opportunity for you to grow your financial wealth, your financial abundance, which is very, very beautiful. And also on this card, we do have the placement of Mercury in Taurus. So again, if you are watching this video when it's first uploaded, then I believe it would still be Taurus season. Or actually, wait. Or this, or essentially like we're like really close to Taurus season. So essentially, maybe something important happened for you during this past Taurus season. And now as we get into Gemini season, things are shifting, things are changing for you, my dear group number ones. With the Seven of Wands coming out in the upright, I feel like this is really echoing the messages that we received earlier with the don't stop and you're ready. It's like perhaps you've been really like fighting really hard, working really hard, really hustling, and you might not have seen a lot of results from your efforts yet, and you might have doubted yourselves. And here I feel like with the Seven of Wands, it's like there's a really stubborn energy being present here, and it's like a good sense of being stubborn. It's like, I know what I want and I am persisting. A lot of times with our manifestations, after a while, if we don't see results, it's quite natural for some of us to feel discouraged and be like, oh, this is not real, or I'm never getting what I want, and you just give up, right? But then here with the Seven of Wands, I'm really seeing the opposite, where you're being encouraged to hold on to what you believe in, to hold on to your trust in the universe, and to really persist, to keep doing what you've been doing. Don't stop, because you've been on the right path. You've been going down the right path. You've been doing the right things, and you just need to keep doing whatever you've been doing. That's what I see here with the Seven of Wands. It's like you are this really strong, powerful fighter. You have what you need to win this battle, as long as you remain persistent. So that is what I'm seeing here. And last but not least, we have the Moon card being in reverse. This is the back of the deck energy, which is also the energy that I believe is the overarching energy covering your entire reading. And I love that we have the keyword release of fear here. It's like definitely, if you haven't done this already, then this is a call to action for you. I feel like maybe for a lot of you, you just need to hear this confirmation. Perhaps that's why you clicked on this reading. Like you probably needed someone to tell you that, yeah, it is working out for you. It is going to work out for you. So don't give up, don't stop, keep going. And if that's what you needed to hear, then yeah, like here is your spiritual team coming through to tell you just that. They're coming through to tell you that you need to release your fear, release your doubts, because this path that you're embarking on, it is leading you to the light. It is leading you to a very radiant, happy place. And as you move forward, you need to let go of your old limiting beliefs. You need to let go of your fear, let go of your doubt, and just be in that flow of trusting the universe. Again, surrender to spirit. Surrender. Let go. And it's like, sometimes it might sound a little bit confusing when I'm saying that, oh, you need to persist, but then you also need to let go. So it's like, you need to persist in whatever you're doing, but you also need to let go of your attachment to the results. You need to let go of your doubt, because it is quite common when we're doing something, even though we're physically doing it, our mind might be busy coming up with all of the worst case scenarios that could happen as we keep doing that thing. And spirit is coming through to tell you that, hey, like just complete the actions and let go of all of those buzzing thoughts that are bothering you. Surrender to spirit, because you have planted the seeds, and now let spirit to help you nurture the field. Let spirit help you to make sure that the seeds can grow. Give it some space and then you can watch your seeds grow. So that is what I'm getting here for your reading, my dear group number ones. And I believe those are all the messages that I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here, for watching the video, for listening to the reading, and most importantly, for sharing your energies with me. It's been an incredible honor for me having been able to channel all of these messages for you, and I do hope that the reading turned out to be helpful for you in some way, shape, or form. If it did resonate for you, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up so that more people can see this reading. And also, click on the subscribe button, click on that little notification bell so that you'll always be notified whenever I upload a new reading. I do upload 3 times a week, which is very frequent. And if you do feel comfortable sharing your thoughts, please don't forget to leave a comment down below. I would love to see how the reading resonated for you. And if you have any particular reading topics that you would love to see more of, please leave your suggestions down below in the comment section as well. As always, I am sending you a lot of love, a lot of well wishes. I wish you all the best and the most fantastic life journey. As always, I hope to see you again very soon in the next reading. Bye-bye! Hey loves, if you have chosen this card along with this piece of clear quartz, then this is going to be the reading for you today. Welcome. Now let's find out what this card says here. And we have magnificence. You are amazing, magnificent, and unique. But most importantly, you are enough. Wow, that's a really beautiful message. And I feel like for my dear group number 2s, for those of you who are drawn to this group, perhaps some of you might have struggled with self-doubt. Maybe some of you have struggled with a lack mentality. Maybe some of you have literally struggled with the limiting belief of I'm not good enough or just I'm not enough. Then if that's the case, I feel like this card here is really telling you that, hey, just a reminder, you are enough and you're actually magnificent. That is really beautiful. I love that for you. So for this reading, I'm going to start off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards. And this is just to help us find out what messages are waiting for you, what you need to hear right now before we dive into more details with tarot. So let's jump right in and see what we've got here. We have number 16 with how can this be a wonderful win? We have patience. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, don't we all love this card? Whenever it comes up, I'm just like, okay, yeah, here we go again. Patience, I accept that everything happens in divine order. All right, let's see what else. Okay, we have surrender to silence. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. Interesting. Okay. And last but not least, we have unlikely. Beautiful. All right, so let's just jump right in then. For all of you, my dear group number 2s, I feel like, again, this is a little bit similar to the energy I was feeling for group number 1. Like, throughout your reading, at least for this first part, I've been feeling this really compassionate, loving energy coming through. And it feels like that the messages that you are to receive today are coming from either your spiritual teams or someone from the spiritual world. Like there is a really strong sense of like something. I cannot talk right now, sorry. Anyways, so let's do that again. I feel like there is a really strong sense of someone coming through from the 5D, and this being has come forward to give you these messages. And perhaps this is a being that you tend to see whenever you practice meditation, when you go inwards. Again, they could be part of your spiritual teams, or they could be a passed on loved one. It just feels like they're like a benign spirit that has a lot of goodwill and love towards you. It does not feel like a 3D being. It doesn't feel like someone who's currently incarnated in this 3D reality on this earth. So that's what I'm getting right off the bat. There is like a really loving energy. And for some of you, perhaps this is a passed on grandparent, because I do feel like this soul gives me a sense of like they're a little bit older and they see you as a little cute child. So I feel like that is giving me kind of like a grandparent vibe. Or they might just be like an older soul and they see you as a younger soul, and they see you as a younger generation. And they're coming through to give you some really loving guidance and advice here. With the number 16, how can this be a wonderful win? I feel like perhaps for some of you, you might have recently experienced a tower moment. If you are familiar with tarot, if you've been watching tarot readings for a while, you might be familiar with the term tower moment. So essentially, this is related to the number 16 card in Major Arcana, and that is the Tower card. It usually refers to something that's quite unexpected, that really shatters our beliefs, that really essentially turns our world upside down. And it is also a moment when things that are not built on solid foundations in our lives fall away. So with this, how can this be a wonderful win? I see that this being, they're asking you, how can you see what happened from a different perspective? Because it is likely that if it was a tower moment, then you might have been really hurt or confused. You might have been asking spirit, oh, why me? Why does this have to happen to me? I did not like that one bit. It seems like some form of a challenge. Perhaps you recently encountered something quite difficult, something that you see as a hindrance, a blockage, something that you see as essentially a hurdle that you need to overcome. And it is quite difficult for you to overcome this hurdle as well. But here I see that this spirit is coming through to say, well, perhaps you might be able to approach the situation from a different perspective. And this reminds me of an exercise that I recently heard someone talking about. It's called the collapse. You can definitely Google or just check out more information about this particular exercise. But from what I gathered, it's like write down something that you can think of as the worst experience in your life, something that should never have happened to you. Write that down and then start thinking about the benefit of that event. What benefits has this particular thing, this particular event brought to you? In addition to all of the hurt, the confusion, the challenge, whatever, like the negative aspects. So that is yeah, I believe that's essentially the exercise. I feel like I'm butchering it, so definitely if you're interested, go look it up. But essentially the point of doing this exercise is for us to gain a different perspective. Sometimes when we look back on our life experience, we might find that we've grown the most out of those experiences that were the most hurtful, the most negative, or the most difficult. Because those are also the moments where we tend to learn the most and therefore grow the most. And I feel like this being today is coming through to remind you that you have that power to see things from a different angle, especially if you've been feeling trapped. And then with patience, I accept that everything happens in divine order. I feel like this is really speaking to a lot of us who've been in situations where we desperately want to get out of. Like, for an example, if someone is currently deep in debt, the thing they want the most would obviously be to get out of their debt, to pay off their debt, to have financial abundance. That's the one thing they've been thinking of day and night, the one thing that they cannot stop thinking. And that's also the most difficult situation for someone to have patience. And yet, we encounter exactly this type of situations so that we can learn to be patient, so that we can learn that everything happens in divine order, so that we can learn to accept that some things in our lives we just cannot control, we cannot change. Especially when it comes to divine timing, it's not a date that we can pinpoint on a calendar. No matter how much we want this thing to end, when we're in it, we have to let it flow through us. The only way out is through. And again, like, I do feel like for a lot of you, my dear group number twos, if you've been drawn to this group, perhaps you've been struggling with something. Maybe it's a major something. And I know that sometimes when you're really in a not so good place, when someone else tells you that, oh, you just need to be patient, you just need to wait for this thing to be over, you would feel quite frustrated. Like, I mean, I would. I've had that before. And I would just be like, what are you talking about? Like, I just want this thing to end this instant. But again, I feel like this being with a lot of wisdom and a lot of love they're coming through to let you know that everything happens in divine order, and it is something that you have to accept. There's a lesson for you to learn from the situation. And once you've learned the lesson, once you've integrated the lesson, the situation will fall away naturally. With this surrender to silence, I feel like they're calling you to establish a regular meditation practice or some form of self-care routine where you can go inward, where you can really just be with yourselves and listen to your own thoughts, becoming aware to your own emotions. When we're silent, when we're not talking to someone else, it allows us to sit still and go deeper within. And I feel like perhaps for a lot of you, that is what is needed at this moment. You need to sit still and go within instead of struggling. Again, as I delve deeper into this reading, I really feel like for a lot of you who are watching, maybe you are currently in a place where you're desperately trying to get out. And again, this being is coming through to tell you that, hey, maybe even just for 5 minutes a day, try to sit still, try to listen inwards, and your heart, your inner self, they might have some really important messages for you that you've been ignoring because you've been so distracted by your external circumstances. And it would be even better if you can start practicing meditation regularly. Personally, that habit has helped me immensely. Like, it has literally changed my life, practicing meditation regularly. But I also understand it's not everyone's cup of tea. But there definitely is a message to encourage you to go inwards, to listen inwards, to get more in touch with your heart, with your inner self, to listen to your gut feelings. And finally, we have unlikely. So I feel like if you've been wishing for something that is very unlikely to happen, or something that you feel like is really unlikely to happen because it's too good to be true, I feel like this is that being coming through to tell you that, hey, you never know. Dream big, because it might just come true. Like, if you feel like, oh, this is so unlikely, there's no way I'm gonna get that thing, I feel like this is that spirit coming through to like kind of like cheekily tell you that, hey, like, you wait and see. Keep an open mind. It doesn't really hurt, right? Like, it won't hurt you to keep an open mind. So whatever it is that you think, oh, this is so unlikely to happen, this never happens, this will never happen to me, like, this will never happen for me, like, well, you never know, right? So there's that. And I also feel like for others of you, if there's been something that's been really, really making you feel worried and anxious, if you've been really plagued by thoughts about all the worst case scenarios, I also feel like this is the spirit coming through to tell you that, hey, actually, just think about it a little bit more logically. How likely is that to happen? Like, actually, like your worst case scenario. It might not be as horrible as you made it out to be. Because, again, it might just be something that's very unlikely to happen. So take what resonates. Don't let the rest take from you. Just claim the message that you feel like works for your situation, because everyone's situation is obviously very different. Now, with all that being said, let's get right into the tarot portion of your reading and see what exactly do you need to hear right now, my dear group number twos. So for my dear group number twos, what do they need to hear right now? What do my dear group number twos need to hear right now, please, Spirit? Oh, whoa. Okay, let's see, what is this? All right, we have Justice starting off your reading. Okay. I hear someone's getting their karma. Interesting. Perhaps you might have been wronged by someone. Maybe someone started a bad cycle. Let's see. I'm going to get all your cards out and then we'll decipher the information. We also have the Hermit in the upright. I feel like this might be more of your energies. Perhaps some of you have been in hermit mode. Let's see, what else here, Spirit? What? Ooh. Okay, let's see here. We have the Knight of Wands. I hear rescue or help is on the way. Like perhaps someone is coming towards you. Let's see what else. Let's get one more and then we'll get the back of the deck. So Spirit, can we please get one more for my dear group number 2s? Ow! All right. Okay, we actually got 2, so I'm gonna take both of them. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse and the Strength card in the upright. And on the back of the deck, we have the 8 of Cups in the upright. Beautiful. All right. So, well, let me start off with the 8 of Cups. This is the back of the deck, which I usually take as the overarching energy of your entire reading. And with the 8 of Cups being this overarching energy, I feel like for a lot of you, you are definitely walking away from something that is not fulfilling. You're definitely moving on. And I remember we were talking about this earlier, like we're talking about someone being stuck somewhere where they desperately want to get out and they just feel like they can't and they're struggling a lot. And I feel like with this 8 of Cups here, this is a confirmation saying that, oh, you are definitely going to be moving away very soon. Like you're definitely moving on from the situation. You're definitely putting those undesirable energies behind you. Because the 8 of Cups is like this person putting all the empty cups behind and embarking on a new journey to go look for something that is more in line with their value, that is more fulfilling. So, and this is also about letting go. So again, I feel like this is also a repeat of that earlier message about you learning something from the situation, you integrating that learning. And as once you've learned your lesson, the situation that was there meaning to teach you would obviously naturally just fall away. And I see that happening for a lot of you, my dear group number 2s, with this 8 of Cups. It's like you've completed your lesson. The cups are now empty. You have got what you were meant to get from the situation. And now it's time for you to be on your way to your next stop, to your next station. Because there's nothing left here for you. So I see that happening for sure. And now let's get through to the rest of the cards. With Justice, I did hear that karma is coming for someone. So it's like, I feel like this could be you, this could be someone else. It's just that Justice is impartial, right? Justice is a card that literally signifies impartiality, that signifies fairness. So I'm also hearing you reap what you sow. So it's like if somebody has started a bad cycle, then they've definitely got something waiting for them down the line that's going to come back to essentially bite them in the bottom, if you know what I mean. So I see that justice will be restored. If you've been subjected to some sort of unfair treatment, if you felt like you've been in a situation that's very unfair to you, I see that balance being restored. I see that truth is going to come out. I see that justice will be served. So whoever's in the wrong, they will be exposed. And they're going to get what's coming for them. And what's coming for them is exactly what they've earned for themselves. Whether this is you or another person, I don't know. It's just that I see that there was an imbalance in the situation before, but now the universe is coming through to make sure that the energies are balanced out. With the Hermit card here, I feel like this could be your energy, or, well, actually, I have two interpretations. So one, I feel like this could be your energy, like perhaps you've been in a little bit of a hermit mode, like you've been really turning inwards, you've been kind of trying to do some more introspective work, trying to do some more inner work. And this is kind of echoing with that message of surrendering to silence. So if you've been already doing that, kudos to you. I feel like that's exactly what the spirit wants you to do. And that is something that's in alignment with your highest and best good. And for others, I also feel like this hermit could be talking about another person. The hermit is related to the sign of Virgo. So whether this is you or another person, like they might have Virgo placements. Or, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even realize this, but here we have Libra energy with the Justice card, and we have Virgo energy with the Hermit card. So that essentially means those seasons could be significant, because Libra season is right after Virgo. So perhaps that specific time period could be significant for some of you. But going back to what we're saying, the other interpretation that I have is that perhaps this hermit is talking about someone else. And when the hermit is present in a reading, it reminds me of someone who's kind of like a guru, like who's a teacher, who has a lot of wisdom and experience that they can share. And it seems to me that perhaps you are meant to learn something from this hermit person. If you do resonate with the message saying that, oh, this could be another person in your life, I feel like for most of you, you would know who who this is, like who I'm talking about. If it's another person, I feel like they might just be someone that you can have really deep conversations with, that you can learn from, someone that you really trust, and they're essentially kind of like a mentor. And I feel like if this is talking about this other person, they are meant to be on your path to help you move out of the situation that's been trapping you, that's been making you feel unfulfilled. And then with the Knight of Wands, earlier I said that I heard rescue is on the way or help is on the way. I do feel like this Knight of Wands could be talking about an external energy where someone new might be entering into your life, and they might bring a breath of fresh air. They might bring a lot of fun and excitement with them. They might bring a lot of changes into your life, especially if you resonate with being the hermit. If you feel like this hermit really embodies your energies, like look at how this Knight of Wands is essentially charging towards this hermit. And this hermit, like he's facing the Knight of Wands as well. So maybe this is something that you're expecting, or someone you're expecting to have in your life very soon as well. Or maybe they're already here, I'm not sure. But it's like this Knight of Wands is a really passionate, young sort of energy that's going to rejuvenate you a lot, my dear group number twos. I see this bringing in a wave of positivity into your life, which is very, very beautiful. I feel like for a lot of you, perhaps you kind of need some extra positivity. Maybe you need someone to remind you that you are indeed magnificent, that you are amazing, that you are unique. And especially if you've been in kind of a hermit mode, perhaps you needed someone to help you transition out of that stage. Like, I wouldn't be too surprised if that's you. And for others of you, this Knight of Wands could also be talking about the energies that you will be embodying quite soon. And that is you pursuing something that you love, pursuing something that you're passionate about, being more intentional, more directional with your energies, and really trying to channel through all your energies towards the goal that you're trying to achieve. Because the Knight of Wands, this is someone who's not afraid of charging forward, especially towards something that they love. And I feel like this could be you as well, my dear group number 2s. Especially if you've gone through a period of time of self-reflection and you've really gotten to the bottom of what exactly it is that you want for your life. And then we have the Five of Cups in reverse coming together with the Strength card. So again, I see a lot of you moving out of a disappointing situation, recovering from heartbreak, recovering from something or someone that just really did not meet your standards and perhaps did you dirty somehow, that made you feel really disappointed. However, with this Strength card, I see that you are going to be shining your light. And we have Leo energy being present in Strength. So we literally have Leo, Virgo, and then Libra. And that's pretty much a 3 months period from August to October. Perhaps that period of time would be important for you, my dear group number 2s. This is very interesting because group number 1 got Gemini to Leo, which is like June to August. And now you got Leo to Libra, and that's August to October, which is very interesting. So yeah, like I would say that perhaps this period of time would be a very important transitional period for a lot of you, my dear group number 2s. Otherwise, I definitely see that you're going to be embodying that Leo energy of being more confident about stepping into your own light, about shining your light and not being afraid of other people's judgment, not being afraid of being seen. Strength is also about our inner strength, our resilience. And with the Five of Cups in reverse here, I definitely see a lot of you being very resilient and recovering from a past situation that did not serve your highest and best good. And last but not least, we did talk about the Eight of Cups, about you moving on, moving forward, and moving away from the situations that no longer serve you. So yeah, those are the messages that I have for you, my dear group number 2. Thank you so much for being here, for watching the video, for listening to this reading, and most importantly, for sharing your energies with me. It has been an incredible honor for me having been able to channel all of these messages for you. And I do hope that the reading turned out to be helpful for you in some way, shape, or form. If it did resonate for you, please don't forget to click on the thumbs up so that other people would get a chance to see this reading as well. And also, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on that little notification bell so you'll get notified every time when I upload a new reading, and I upload about 3 times a week. Also, if you do feel comfortable sharing your thoughts, please don't forget to leave me a comment down below. I would love to see how the reading resonated for you. And if you have any particular reading topics that you would love to see more of, you can leave your suggestions down below in a comment section as well. As always, I am sending you a lot of love, a lot of well wishes. I wish you all the best and the most fantastic life journey. And I hope to see you again very, very soon in the next reading. Bye bye! Hey loves, if you have chosen this card along with this piece of citrine crystal, then this is going to be the reading for you today. Let's find out what you've chosen. So we have blue flame. Connect to the blue flame, which is the light of pure love within you. Very, very beautiful. Okay. When I saw this card, the first thing that really jumped out to me was that perhaps today your higher selves are coming through to give you messages. And when I just verbalized that thought, I was getting chills all over my back. So I take that as a confirmation. Perhaps for a lot of you out there, my dear group number threes, this reading, we're channeling through your higher selves to give you some messages that you really need to hear right now. Now let's find out what those messages are. We're going to start off with these pre-shuffled oracle cards to see what you need to hear right now before we dive into details with your tarot. So let's see what we've got here. So first off, we have number 5, befriend your fear monster. We have failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. We have surrender to joy. A key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling during both the hard and easy times. Keep surrendering to more joy. Beautiful. And last but not least, we have compromise. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, like, now that we've laid all your cards out for this first part of your reading, I do feel like for a lot of you, this is indeed your higher self coming through to give you some messages. And I think one of the most important things for you to keep in mind here, my dear group number threes, is that you are whole and complete. You are perfect just the way you are. And I definitely feel like for a lot of you who are drawn to this group, perhaps you're quite a perfectionist. You have really high standards, not just for other people, but also for yourselves. Perhaps you're very used to measuring or associating your own values with the achievements that you have in your life. So something that is quite common in the corporate world today is that we have appraisals for employees, right? Like every year there is an annual review kind of thing to let you know how you've performed over the last 12 months, how you stack up against your peers, that kind of thing. And it's like, for some of you, perhaps you really see that performance review as something that's intrinsically tied to your self-worth. Like if you got a less than best review, you would really be beating yourselves up, at least in your heart, and be like, oh, like I didn't do well enough, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough. And it's like, well, maybe your performance was not the best, but that does not necessarily have to have an impact on how you see yourself, like how you value yourselves. And I really feel like a lot of times we are conditioned by society to see our self-values be reflected by these external standards, external reviews, even from a very young age. If you grew up in a household where your parents or just your caretakers, like the people that you really love and really care about, if those people have been pretty demanding with your academic performance, or just your performance at schools in general. Maybe they've left you this impression that, oh, if I get good grades, then I get more love and care. If I get less than good grades, then I do not receive love and care. And that is a really messed up way of awarding or punishing our next generation. However, a lot of us might have been really just growing up in that kind of environment, and we're so used to it to the point where we feel like, oh, that's the only way that it is done, when it is absolutely not. But it is quite difficult to shake off that sort of conditioning, especially if it started since you were very young. So, was this befriend your fear monster? I also noticed that we have the number 5 on this card, and number 5 reminds me of the Hierophant card. And the Hierophant within tarot can talk about social structures, systems that are established by us human beings. It can talk about schools. It can talk about religions. It can talk about any form of social structures that are meant to essentially put us in an assigned place. So here I feel like this befriend your fear monster is a message to you, my dear group number 3s, to really delve in deep and think about what you're fearing the most. And maybe what you're fearing the most is indeed failure. We have this failure card coming out right next to befriend your fear monster, and I don't think this is a coincidence. We have, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. However, if you are a person who often associates their achievements, their successes with their intrinsic value, then a failure for you would not be an opportunity to learn. A mistake would not be an opportunity to learn. It would be a blow to your self-confidence. It would be a blow to your self-esteem. Like, you might literally get low self-esteem if you did not succeed in some kind of endeavor that you put efforts into. But that kind of things happen to us, to every single one of us all the time. No one is always 100% well-performing, succeeding in everything that they do. We are human beings and we make mistakes so that we can learn. But if you make every single mistake something about your value, then definitely I can see that you might have a really deeply rooted fear of failures, because ultimately your fear of failures is just reflecting of your limiting belief of, I'm not good enough, and therefore I have to prove that I am good enough by achieving these things. And when I'm not achieving, I'm not proving, and therefore it circles back to that limiting belief of, I'm not good enough the way that I am. And very unfortunately, that's a reality that many of us have to live through on a day-to-day basis. Like, I've been living through that mentality for many, many, many years, and I'm still working on overcoming it. And it is not something that's easily overcome. It's not something that you can easily get out of your system. Again, because the conditioning happens so early when we were children. And here, with this blue flame card, it says, connect to the blue flame, which is the light of pure love within you. I think this is your higher self coming through to remind you that we are all love. And we are all enough, just the way that we are. It's like, you don't have to keep ruminating over your past successes or your past failures, because those are just passing things that happen in your life. And what's intrinsic, what's unchanged always, is the essence of you. And the essence of each and every one of us is love. With this surrender to joy here, we we have this card, and I'm just feeling like this is, again, your higher self coming through to remind you that there are so many things in this lifetime that you can do that can bring you joy. But have you been looking out for those things? Have you been doing those things that can actually bring you joy? Look at this person leaping, dancing, and it's like, I feel like perhaps for a lot of you, maybe you limited your own potential by sticking to things that you know you will not fail at, by sticking to things that you know for sure will bring you achievements, instead of venturing out and look for things that will bring you joy. Because who says that we cannot find joy in failures? Who says that we can't find joy in mistakes? We totally can. If we see these things as opportunities for us to grow and learn, we very much can find joy in these things. But perhaps you've forgotten that. Perhaps you haven't been able to do that because you've been subscribing to the belief that success is everything and failure is fatal. And here with this surrender to joy card, it is really a call to action for a lot of you to go out and find things that bring you joy, because life is too short to be suffering. We only have this many years, and why not enjoy ourselves? Well, we're here on earth essentially like attending. I think about living on earth as attending a school. It's like we all came down here willingly to learn something from our life experience. So why not do something that you actually love, that actually brings you joy while you're learning, right? And then with the compromise, I feel like this is telling you that you need to reconcile with the part of you that sees failure as the most horrible thing, that sees failure as the most fearful thing in the world, because it is very possible that perhaps an inner child of yours or multiple inner children of yours were stuck at moments that happened prior to this moment in your life. They were stuck in moments where they felt like they were not good enough. They felt like they've messed up. They felt like their failures defined who they were. And it is important for you to heal those parts of yourselves and reconcile with them, and making sure that each and every single one of them felt hurt. Making sure that each and every single one of them felt seen. That's how you reconcile with your past. And as you reconcile with your past, you step into an even brighter future. It's like there might be two parts of you that are at war right now. Maybe one part of you is saying that, oh, I want to do this thing. It seems like something that's really fun, that's going to bring me a lot of joy. And maybe another part of you is saying that, oh, but that's not going to bring us any success. That's not going to show the world our values. And it is important for you to compromise those two parts, those two different parts that are saying different things within you, making sure that your energies are aligned. And just simply ignoring a part of you that's been saying things to you would not work. By trying to silencing them, you're essentially just making sure that they'll keep shouting. Listen to different parts of you, making sure that you're taking every part of you into consideration, making sure that you're doing the healing work necessary, making sure you're doing the inner work. And that's how you move forward. That's how you connect with your essence, and that is love, my dear group number 3s. Yeah, I definitely feel like for a lot of you, this is your higher selves coming through to remind you that it is time for you to release your old limiting beliefs. It is time for you to befriend your fear monster and realize that fear is just an emotion that's trying to tell you something. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that's horrible. It's our judgment of fear that makes it horrible. So that's what I'm seeing here, my dear group number 3s. Now I want to dive into tarot and see what else you need to hear right now. So for my dear group number 3s, what do they need to hear right now? What do they need to hear right now for my dear group number 3s? What exactly do they need to hear right now? Please, Spirit. What do my dear group number 3s need to hear right now? All right, we have the 3 of Pentacles. Interesting. Let's see. We're just gonna get all the cards out and then I will dive into more details. Let's see. What do my dear group number 3s need to hear right now? We have the 9 of Wands in reverse. What do my dear group number 3s need to hear right now? We have the Queen of Cups. Beautiful. Okay. Let's see what else here. We got one more. And then we're going to take the back of the deck. Can we please get one more, Spirit? What do my dear group number 3s need to hear right now? Oh, interesting. Okay, we've actually got 2 cards that came out together, and we've got the 5 of Swords and the 3 of Cups. Interesting. Oh, and on the back of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Powerful energy. Ending your reading there. Okay, cool. So, my dear group number 3s, let's start off from the very beginning. With the 3 of Pentacles here, I see that your higher selves are coming through to tell you that they are here to help. For a lot of you, you are being called to develop more of a deep connection or more of a frequent connection with your higher selves. I love how there is this ladder here that you can see that goes up to the moon. It makes me feel like there is an energetic cord connecting you in the 3D world and your higher selves in the 5D. And the 3 of Pentacles is about collaborative effort. It's about collaboration, about a group working together to achieve a common goal. So I feel like this is your higher selves coming through to say that you have help available. This does not have to be a lonely journey. Especially, I feel like the messages of your group have been really focused on your own inner work, of your own understanding of certain things, of your own thoughts, your own emotions. And here we have the 3 of Pentacles, which really really kind of points to a shared goal, a shared experience. So I feel like what you need to hear right now is that you're not on this journey by yourself. You're not alone. Like, you always have your higher selves looking out for you. You always have your spiritual teams looking out for you in the 5D. And in the 3D, you have family, you have friends, you have people around you that you can really count on. And here, I feel like you're being reminded that you don't have to do things alone. if you feel like you need to talk to someone, if you feel like you need help, as you try to digest your own fear, if you feel like you really need someone else's support, as you try to get over that mindset of associating success and failure with your intrinsic value, maybe you can seek out somebody else's help. And what I can think of is like literally, if you feel like, oh, there's no one around me that I feel comfortable talking about this to, you can literally find a therapist or a counselor, and they would probably be better equipped to listen to you and help you solve these issues. You don't have to like go about things alone if you feel like you can't really pull this off by yourselves. And with the Nine of Wands in reverse here, I feel like perhaps for some of you, you've been really burdened by this limiting belief. You've been really burdened by associating achievements with confidence or associating competence with confidence, because it can be something that really weighs people down. Just imagine that whenever you do something, it needs to be a success for you to feel good about yourselves. And if it's a failure, if things don't turn out the way that you want them to, then you feel like shit. Well, just imagine how much of a control freak you need to be with your life, because you need to make sure everything goes perfectly well. You need to make sure everything turns out to be a success. Otherwise, you would feel less valuable. Otherwise, you feel like you're a failure. Like, that's just not a very sustainable lifestyle. And honestly, I've been like that for many, many years, and that weighed me down so much. And until the end, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I cannot live like this. This is not a sustainable life. I cannot keep associating my successes with my intrinsic value. Because then every time I get a rejection or a failure, I feel like I'm not enough. I've failed to prove my value again and again. And that really weighed me down. And if that is you, I feel like you're called to let that burden go, to stop struggling, stop fighting like that. You might have been in this rat race for a very, very long time, and now it's time for you to get out of that rat race, because that's all that is. It's a rat race. So what if you get to the top? So what if you get to win? It is a rat race. You might be very successful being the number one rat that has won the rat race. But so what? There's so much more to life that you can enjoy outside of that rat race. And you're literally abandoning all that just so that you can focus on this one thing that is like literally a very, very little corner of your life. And you're not taking up the space that you are meant to take. And with this Queen of Cups centering a reading, I feel like, again, this is a message for you to establish a stronger connection with your inner selves, to tap into your intuition, and to have more self-compassion. The Queen of Cups is very in tune with your own emotions and very in tune with your own needs. If you have seen the traditional Rider-Waite deck, then you might have noticed that on the imagery of the Queen of Cups, the cup actually had a lid on it. So it's like the Queen of Cups would make sure that her own cup was filled before she shares with others, before she nurtures others. She's self-nurturing, she's self-compassionate. And I feel like those are some very important qualities for you to embody, my dear group number 3s, especially right now, especially if you resonate with the messages that I've been repeating like a broken record since the beginning of your reading. This old belief about success and failure, it needs to go, because it is stopping you from emphasizing with yourselves. You're literally disconnected with your inner selves because you're so distracted by, again, this rat race of success and failure, of proving your own value when you have nothing to prove. And I also love that we had that message about compromise, and here we have the 7 of Swords. For some reason, I thought we had the 5 of Swords. Okay, sorry about that, but I'll take that into consideration as well. We have the 7 of Swords and the 3 of Cups. And for some reason, I thought we had the 5 of Swords instead of the 7 of Swords. But I feel like the message here is still very loud and clear. And it's just that instead of trying to run away from the parts of yourselves that you were not willing to listen to or you were not willing to face, here I see the different parts of yourselves coming together and working together to create a brighter future for you. With this 3 of Cups, like, see the imagery of this 7 of Swords? It's like, you can see this person standing alone here. But then with this 3 of Cups, it's like there is a community, like these 3 figures, they're coming together, they're celebrating something together, they're like sharing their joy and their happiness together. And I feel like this is kind of echoing that message about compromise. It's like, you need to make sure you reconcile those different parts within yourselves so that your energies can stay aligned. And also, you did get 2 number 3 cards. You got the 3 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. So I feel like there is definitely an emphasis being placed on your communities, the people around you, like making sure as you shed your old beliefs, if you have someone in your life that's been really reinforcing those old limiting beliefs, maybe you want to try to like pull away from them for a while and making sure that you're taking enough time to download new belief systems that are more supportive of your lifestyle before you re-engage with that person. And making sure that you are finding your own tribe, finding a community that is more supportive, that is more, I guess, just more loving. And I do see that in the cards for you, my dear group number 3s. Oh, and you are the group number 3. So perhaps the number 3 is a lucky number for you. Number 3 is about expansion and growth and manifestation as well. It's about new things coming into our lives. And I feel like now is the time for you to embrace new beliefs. Now is the time for you to let go of old limiting beliefs and welcoming in new opportunities that might otherwise be unavailable to you because you were not open to receive. And here we have the Wheel of Fortune coming out in the upright as the back of the deck energy, which is, I think of as the overarching energy of your reading. And that is really, really significant because the Wheel of Fortune is literally about your destiny, about you being in alignment with where your destiny is meant to take you. This is a card that's about cycles in our life, and now you are about to step into a period of your life where you're going to enjoy a lot of good luck. You're going to be enjoying a lot of abundance. And this is a really significant turning point. And the universe is cheering you on, my dear group number 3s. That's really, really beautiful. And that's very significant. It's, again, expansion energy. It's growth energy. Luck is on your side. And whatever you've been contemplating on, now is the time to do it. Now is the time to pursue that thing that brings you joy. Because that is what was written for you in your destiny, my dear group number 3s. And I also see that for some of you, there might be unexpected changes coming towards you in the near future. And those unexpected changes might take you to a very different direction, might take you to a very different path that you did not even dare to dream about. And yet, I see that your energies are flowing towards that new direction. And that new direction is going to bring you so much blessing, so much love, so much hope. And I love that for you, my dear group number 3s. All right, so I believe those are all the messages that I have for you today, my dear group number 3s. Thank you so much for being here, for watching the video, for listening to the reading, and most importantly, for sharing your energies with me. It has been an incredible honor having been able to channel all of these messages for you, and I do hope that the reading turns out to be helpful for you in some way, shape, or form. If it did resonate for you, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up so that other people can get a chance to see this reading. And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Click on that little notification bell so that you'll get notified always whenever I upload a new reading. I do upload quite frequently, like 3 times a week. And if you're comfortable sharing your thoughts, please don't forget to leave me a comment down below. I would love to see your comments. If you have any additional topic of readings that you would love to see more of on this channel, please leave your suggestions down below in the comment section as well. As always, I am sending you a lot of love, a lot of well wishes. I wish you all the best in the most fantastic life journey, and I hope to see you again very, very soon in the next reading. Bye-bye! Hey loves, if you have chosen this card along with this piece of rose quartz, then this is going to be the reading for you today. Now let's find out what your card says. We have abundance. When your heart's intention is to serve humanity, doors of abundance naturally open. Very interesting. Okay. I feel like for a lot of you, my dear group number 4s, you might be manifesting something or someone, and this reading might serve as a confirmation for a lot of you. But let's get some more details. So first off, I want to start off with these pre-shuffled oracle cards to see what exactly you need to hear right now. Now let's find out. So we have, whoa, okay, we're starting off with the alchemical artist with number 10. We have humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. We have surrender to success. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. Whoa, okay, and last but not least, we have yes. Okay, well, if when you clicked on this reading, you were, you had a yes or no question, then this is definitely a confirmation for you. And the answer to your question is yes, whatever you wanted to ask. Let me make sure all the cards are in frame. Yeah, they are. Okay, so here's what I'm getting right off the bat, my dear group number 4s. the being that is coming through to give you these messages, I believe they are the consciousness of the thing that you're manifesting, or they might be the higher self of the person that you're manifesting. So this is essentially whoever or whatever is coming through, like they are the consciousness of what you're manifesting. Let's just leave it at that. So, and honestly, I feel like your message is pretty clear. Like we have the alchemical artist, which is essentially saying that you, my dear group number 4s, you're all masterful manifestors. Like the alchemical artist is someone who's really great with using all the different elements, shifting them, transforming them, transmuting different energies, blending them together, and ultimately make what's impossible possible. And I could see that with this card here, for a lot of you, my dear group number 4s, you might have had a long track record of successfully manifesting things or people into your life that you really, really desired. So I would not be surprised if you are already really good at manifesting, of making things that you want into the 3D reality. And with humor here, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. I feel like for a lot of you, my dear group number 4s, you might already be doing this. And I feel like this is just saying that this is confirming that you're taking the right approach, because manifesting doesn't have to be hard. Actually, when you're doing it right, it feels really effortless. You just envision what you want, and then you detach from the results, and then you wait and watch things unfold so that your manifestation will be literally bring to your door. And all you have to do is just to open your door and welcome your manifestations in. That's all you need to do. And with this humor, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. It makes me feel like a lot of you are really just doing what you're doing with a lot of laughter, with a lot of joy, with a lot of lightheartedness. It's like you're not taking yourselves too seriously. You're not taking things too seriously. You're just enjoying as you go. Like you're letting things flow, and you understand that things happen for you, not to you. And you're just letting things happen. And you choose to focus on things that make you feel the joy of living. And that is really beautiful. That's exactly the type of energy that we need to successfully manifest something. When we have a really high vibrations, we naturally attract good things, blessings, abundance, beautiful things that match up to our vibrations. They're going to come into our lives effortlessly. Like you don't need to work your ass off. You don't need to hustle. You just sit back, enjoy your life while things happen naturally for you. And for those of you who are having struggles, who are struggling to do this, I feel like this is also a call to action, or kind of like a caution card, to remind you that, hey, you don't have to be struggling right now. You don't have to be worrying right now. Try to see whether you can take things a little bit more lightheartedly. Try to see if you can embody more of that fun energy, that carefree energy. Try to focus on the lighter side of life and see where that brings you. And I'm sure it's going to bring you to an even better place than where you are right now. And I definitely feel like for a lot of you, my dear group number 4s, you are already at a really, really good place in your lives right now. And Also I wanted to mention with the alchemical artist, we have the number 10. And the number 10 reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune card within tarot. And it's all about letting the universe do the work, letting destiny do its work, and having luck on our side, and literally just waiting for things to happen for us. When the Wheel of Fortune is coming out, it means that things are literally out of your hands. You've planted the seeds, and now you let the universe pull off its master plan so that that thing that you're trying to manifest, or that person that you're trying to manifest, will be here for you in no time, literally. Because you're not agonizing over waiting. You're enjoying your time waiting. Because you're having a great time either way. You're detached from the results, and that's the best thing you can do. Once the manifestation has taken root, detach from the results and then see what happens. And that's the most powerful thing that you can do. We have surrender to success. You're ready to experience abundance. Again, abundance. So definitely I see material abundance coming in for you. I see emotional abundance coming in for you. I see spiritual abundance coming in for you. It's like all areas of your life will be blessed with this abundant energies. And this is because you are stepping into a better version of yourselves where you're embodying this abundant energy. When you have the capacity to receive, the universe is gonna come forward and give you the blessings that you have the capacity to receive and retain. I also see that perhaps for a lot of you, you have experienced roadblocks, you have experienced hindrance before, you have experienced challenges before. However, you are stepping into a new world of possibilities. You are stepping into a new world where you are going to be hearing a lot of yeses with this yes card. It's like you are going to get a lot of new offers to try out different things. Whether this is like a job offer or a romantic offer, I feel like you're going to be getting multiple offers, multiple new opportunities that open up new doors for you. And I also see that for a lot of you, you will be saying more yeses to these new opportunities. Because again, you're going to be in a very receptive state where you're going to be opening your arms to welcome in all of these blessings, all of these abundant opportunities in, because you have the capacity to receive them now. I wouldn't be surprised if you've done a lot of work previously, if you've done a lot of healing, if you've worked on your shadow selves, if you've worked on your inner children, if you've done a lot of like self-healing or sought out other people who could help you heal. It's like you are now arrived at this place that is already very, very good for you. And you are heading to an even better place. And that is very, very exciting, my dear group number 4s. I feel like overall, your messages here are super straightforward and they're all like in alignment. They're all very, again, they're just all very straightforward. Like there's like really no need for me to interpret too much into the messages, I feel like, because they're just all so obvious. And I really love this energy for you, my dear group number 4s. And the fact that you were drawn to the crystal of rose quartz also says a lot about you. Like rose quartz, this is a crystal of love. And when we are in that flow of love, when we realize that our essence is indeed love, that's when we are emanating the highest vibrations, that's when we are embodying our highest selves. And that's also when the most blessings are going to come to us. And I feel like you're either already there or you're very close to that state, my dear group number 4s. Overall, I just see a lot of blessings. I see a lot of opportunities. I see a lot of possibilities opening up for you, my dear group number 4s. Wow. What a lovely reading. I really love this energy for you. If you do feel comfortable sharing, I would really love to see your comments down below. I really want to know what it's like to be in this place and what you've been experiencing. This seems like such an interesting journey. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. Now, without further ado, let's dive into your tarot cards and see what exactly you need to hear right now. So for my dear group number 4s, what do they need to hear right now, please, Spirit? What do my dear group number 4s need to hear right now? We have the Chariot starting off your reading, and Chariot is literally all about success and victory. And we have surrender to success right here. Okay, well, let me just get all of your cards out and then we're gonna dive into the details. Let's see. What do my dear group number 4s need to hear right now, please, Spirit? Oh! Okay, we've got 2 cards coming out together. I love this. We have the 3 of Swords coming out in the reverse. And we have the 10 of Pentacles coming out in the upright. Wow, even more abundance, material wealth. What else here, Spirit? What does my dear group number 4 need to hear right now, please, Spirit? Oh, wow. Okay. We have the Ace of Pentacles. I'm just loving this reading. I'm just loving this reading for you, my dear group number 4s. What else can I say? Let's see. Let's get one more. Spirit, can we please get one more? And then we're going to get the back of the deck for my dear group number 4s. My dear group number 4s, what else do they need to hear right now? Oh, okay. A bunch of cards just all kind of flew out together, but I'm not going to take all of them. Let's do this again, Spirit. Can we just get one more for my dear group number 4s? And oh wow, we have another ace. We have the Ace of Wands. And on the back of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful, beautiful reading, beautiful energies. Okay, I'm getting so excited. Let's just dive in. Let's dive in. So, starting off your reading, we have the Chariot. And the Chariot is correlated with the sign Cancer. So if you are watching this reading when it's first uploaded, Cancer season is not too far off. So perhaps this upcoming Cancer season is significant for you. And if you're watching this at a later date, perhaps the past Cancer season has been significant for you when you're looking back. But either way, I see that there is going to be a lot of successes, a lot of victories, and recognition coming your way, my dear group number 4s. So we literally had surrender to success. And on this Chariot card here, we have the keyword of success as well. So, well, I mean, literally, like, there's nothing more there. I feel like I don't even need to say anything, right? This is so straightforward. Your group's reading has been so straightforward. And everything's so in alignment, so clear. And with the Chariot here, I also see a really balanced energy, because we see these two creatures in front of the chariot, and the two creatures, they represent yin and yang. They represent the feminine essence and the masculine essence. And for each and every one of us as human beings, we all have feminine qualities and masculine qualities. This has nothing to do with our sex or our gender expressions. It's just energies. So I definitely see that your inner energies will be balanced, and that's going to allow you to move far. That's going to allow you to move toward this period of many different successes. I would not be surprised to see that you're succeeding in many different aspects, many different areas of your lives, because that's literally what the chariot is about. It's also about forward moving momentum. It's also about making progress. If you've been previously stuck on something, I see blockages and hindrance being removed. I see progress being made. I see you charging forward towards the end goal that you've set for yourselves. And there is no doubt that you'll be succeeding in your endeavors, my dear group number 4s. This is like literally already written for you. And we also have the Three of Swords coming out in a reverse alongside 10 of Pentacles in the upright. And this is a really beautiful energy. I feel like for some of you, if you've had a difficult past, or maybe something tragic happened before within your family, or maybe there was a generational pattern, a generational wound that you've been trying to heal, I see those things, those old limiting beliefs, those limiting factors falling away, being healed for you, my dear group number 4s, which is very, very nice. And alongside that healing, I see abundance coming in. Again, healing, after healing has taken place, we will have more capacity to receive the blessings, to retain the blessings. And I see that happening for you, my dear group number 4s. If there's been some sort of difficult situations at home, or regarding, say, like an inheritance, or some sort of difficult situations with your family lineage, with different generations involved, I see those problems being solved for you, my dear group number 4s, and you're creating long-term wealth that can be passed down through generations. You're creating something that's very, very solid, and you're laying out a foundation for people who come after you as well, my dear group number 4s, because the 10 of Pentacles, that is not about short-term material abundance. It is something that's long-term. It's literally about legacy. And we have dynasty as the first keyword on this card. It's like you are creating your own dynasty here. And that is very significant. I see that if previously you've had an unhealthy relationship with your own money, with your own finances, those patterns are falling away, and you're going to be having a really healthy connection with your own money. You're going to know exactly how to manage your finances to make sure that your money is well taken care of. You're going to understand how to create more wealth effortlessly. And you're also going to be accumulating a lot more wealth as you learn about these things, my dear group number 4s. So, and perhaps for some of you, you might be inheriting something from your family as well. And it could come as a surprise for some of you. I would not be too surprised if that happens. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles centering your reading. And right next to that, we have the Ace of Wands. These two aces, and I just realized, like, look at the directions of these hands. It's like they're like coming together. Like these two, the pentacle and the wand, they're like being brought together into the middle. They're combining. So I feel like this could be talking about one big opportunity that is opening up for you, that involves a lot of potential for you to create financial abundance, to create stability and security, while also involves your passion. Because Ace of Wands reminds me of something that's very, very inspiring, something that we are inspired to do, that we are driven and passionate about. So let's say that this is a career opportunity. Then this career not only will give you a really, really well-paid position, but also will provide you with opportunities to do things that you actually love, to do things that you are actually enthusiastic about. Because more often than not, people are forced to choose their career path not based on their passion, but based on what jobs pay better. And I've been in that position before. And once I was in that job, I felt honestly quite miserable most of the time. Even though occasionally I did get a sense of achievement when I accomplished a certain task, but overall, like, it was not a very satisfying experience. But I see this being something different here for you, my dear group number 4s. This is an opportunity that is going to bring you a lot of inspiration and emotional fulfillment. And at the same time, it's going to bring you material abundance. So you get the best of both worlds, essentially. And I also wouldn't be surprised if you are embarking on an entrepreneurial journey, if you're doing, say, like a new project, or if you're opening a new business of your own. Because Ace of Wands sometimes makes me think of people taking their own initiatives as well. So perhaps this is something that you've been doing for a very long time, and now you finally found the courage to actually do it. And also, it is entirely possible that these two cards are talking about different things. So maybe you're gonna get a new job opportunity, a new career opportunity, or a new investment opportunity, something that has something to do with money, material abundance, or you're also going to be getting new opportunities to do things that you love, that you're passionate about. Maybe a hobby or just something you do outside of your work. Or it could also be a new relationship. Because again, Ace of Wands reminds me of a very passionate beginning. So this could be with another person. If you want, if that's something that you want, I see that potentially for you as well, my dear group number 4s. And I absolutely love the fact that your reading finishes off with the Queen of Pentacles. This is the back of the deck energy, which I interpret as the overarching energy of your entire reading. And the fact that we have the Queen of Pentacles really signifies how much abundance you'll be enjoying in this next period of your life. The Queen of Pentacles, she's the most abundant queen within tarot. She's immensely nurturing and very, very generous. She's very open to sharing her wealth with the people that she cares about. And I see that you're going to be in that place. You're going to be embodying this Queen of Pentacles sort of energy, where you're going to have more than enough for yourselves, and you're going to be very open and willing to share your wealth and your blessings with those around you. And I also love that we have good business sense here as a keyword on this card. So perhaps for some of you, if you are looking to start your own business venture, or if you are embarking on a business journey, then this is also a confirmation for you that trust your intuition, trust your gut feelings. They're leading you down to the right path. Like, you're going to be having a very fortunate time with the business that you're in, or with the business that you're starting off. And I see that you'll be enjoying the finer things in life. You'll be enjoying a lot of material abundance in your life. I see that your living situations might be upgraded. I see that for some of you, you might be manifesting a vehicle, a new vehicle. Because we did have the Chariot, and sometimes this makes me think of like vehicles. So perhaps that's gonna come true very soon for some of you. And overall, I just feel like this entire reading has been full of just blessings and abundance. We literally have been repeating that word for so many times. And that's because it's like written everywhere in your reading, my dear group number 4s. This is really beautiful. And I feel like, again, there's really, like, I don't really need to read too much into the messages because they're so straightforward. They're like very obvious. So perhaps for a lot of you, you already know what's going to happen. You just wanted like an extra layer of confirmation. And here it is. This is your actual confirmation. So yeah. Well, my dear group number 4s, I believe those are all the messages that I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here, for watching the video, for listening to the reading, and most importantly, for sharing your energies with me. I feel so incredibly honored having been able to channel all of these messages for you, and I do hope that the reading turned out to be helpful for you in some way, shape, or form. If it did resonate for you, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up so that other people can see this reading as well. And please subscribe to the channel and click on that little notification bell button so that you'll get notified every time I upload a new reading in the future. I do upload quite frequently, like 3 times a week. Also, if you feel comfortable sharing your thoughts, please leave a comment down below. I would love to see your comments and understand how this reading resonated for you. Also, if you have any additional reading topics that you would love to see more of on this channel, please don't forget to leave your suggestions down below in the comment section as well. As always, I am sending you a lot of love, a lot of well wishes. I wish you all the best in the most fantastic life journey, and I hope to see you again very soon in the next reading. Bye-bye!